This episode of Around the Oval is brought to you by Todd Pennington with Revolution Mortgage.
Hey, Ohio State fans, Alex Gleitman here, back with another edition of Around the Oval, brought to you by Todd Pennington with Revolution Mortgage. Our guest today, I would say he was the latest Ohio State commit, but his buddy out in Tampa committed a couple hours later than him, but one of the newest Buckeyes, wide receiver Bryson Rodgers out of Wiregrass Ranch High School in the Tampa area. Bryson, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us, and congrats on your commitment to Ohio State.
Thank you so much, man. I'm happy to be here. Let's get it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess the first question I'll ask you, I mean, look, you had some great options, a ton of offers, the best of the best, Alabama, the Georgias, the Floridas, every single school, but you picked Ohio State. How does it feel to be committed to the Buckeyes right now?
It's a surreal moment for me and my family. Definitely a dream come true. Like you can see in future articles, it was always dreams to be a Buckeye. But going through the recruitment process, I was not really biased of being that. I was just trying to find the best home wherever I was most comfortable and where I really fitted at. And it just ended up still being the Ohio State Buckeyes. Just more of being a fan, but just with Coach Harline's unique coaching style and his unique personality is just hard to beat. He's the best in the country. So I feel like he can evolve my game on and off the field, mentor me to be a great man off the field, and also do great things on the field with previous receivers. As you can see, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith, and the list goes on. So, I mean, I'm definitely hyped. I'm definitely excited. I'm ready to get there as soon as possible.
Yeah, for sure. And, last time we spoke after your visit in March, you were kind of thinking, all right, I'll probably take my official visits in the summer and make a decision. I know you had kind of told me off the record that you thought about committing, but you were trusting the process and gonna, do your research. I know you went on a few other visits after that, and probably that helped you get to this decision now, being able to see, schools like Florida and Georgia and Florida State and things like that. But I guess, I know you went into a little bit, but why Ohio State? But maybe more importantly, why now? Why not wait a little bit longer to take those official visits?
Well, I sat down with Coach Harline in a meeting, and he asked me one-on-one what I was waiting for, and I honestly couldn't answer his question. So therefore, it was an eye-opening moment to me because what was I waiting for? I've never been the type person to sit back and wait. Like I've always been hungry, always been eager, always been determined to go get what I deserve and get what I work for. So that really just sat with me that day on my visit on Friday, and then really just that atmosphere in the spring game Saturday topped it for me, especially for DeJohn as well, the corner commit. We were just sitting there like, yeah, this is home, man. Like, let's shut this thing down and let's get it rolling. And I think that's the best decision I made in my life, was to become a Buckeye and just join the brotherhood and join the culture there. On the field, it's amazing with the players and the coaches, but also off the field with their staff members and the great organization they have, getting you through meetings and getting you through social media branding and just little things like that, and just really treating you like family. And my mom and my dad both loved it when they were there, so I could tell that this was the best fit for me.
Yeah, you mentioned mom and dad. Tell everyone watching and listening a little bit about your background and your family. And, I know you live in Florida now, but you do have ties to the state of Ohio and Ohio State. Tell everyone a little bit about your background there.
Yeah, absolutely. I was born in Warren, Ohio originally. Uh, Definitely still have my heart in that city, 330 till I die, for sure. But the city was getting bad. Mom and dad thought it would be the best idea to move somewhere else and just give us a better opportunity, not just playing football, because at the time they can't really tell if I'm gonna be a football player. So just really a better opportunity for me and my family. And we ended up moving to New Tampa at first. We really liked it here. My grandma moved here as well, and just we had a really good time here. And then we ended up moving into the Wesley Chapel area, and that's pretty much where we've been throughout the rest of this. But yeah, just living in the Wesley Chapel, Tampa area. I've been playing football since I was 5 years old. I touched a football at 5. I really touched around 3 years old with my dad, but really got into the pads around 5. And it was just an instant love. I started just being a quarterback and running the ball, and my dad could see a glimpse of just me being a great player. And I started developing into like a receiver around 9, really young age, like 8 or 9, just going out as a tight end, closer to the quarterback, catching passes, and we're doing like pop passes and things of that nature, slants, easy stuff. And then just my game just kept evolving. I got connected with a good trainer around 12, 13 years old, around the 7th, 8th grade, Coach Peterson. That's been a big upside to me evolving my game at the receiver position. So it just really took off from there. And then 8th or 9th grade year, I knew I could really do something with football. So I quit other sports. I stopped playing basketball and baseball, even though I had a great love for those as well. Locked in with Coach Peterson, long hours every weekend, driving out, getting sessions in the weight room, getting bigger. Because my freshman year I was 130 pounds. So sophomore year I jumped to 160 in one summer. So it was definitely a little hard work that summer. And then just really growing off my sophomore year, junior year, I just wanted to perfect my craft even more. And I love the way I did that this year with my ability to run routes and got faster, got taller as well, went from 6 foot to 6'2", almost 6'3" now. So just really sculpturing out as just being my full potential and just evolving even more when I get to Ohio State with Coach Hartline. So, man, it's really exciting. Just what the future holds, very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you mentioned obviously Bourne and Warren started to grow up there. And I know you were back there for Easter. You still got family in the area.
Yeah.
Did you grow up rooting for the Buckeyes your whole life or what was that like?
Absolutely. The first college team I knew of was Ohio State. And then the second team was the team up north because, I mean, it's the rivalry, the best rivalry in college football. So I grew up watching that game. I grew up watching them play Penn State, playing the bigger games. I remember when they first came out the college football bracket and they played Oregon in the championship, knocking off Alabama in the first round. That was a great season to watch. So just little moments like that is what I remember most about my childhood, growing up watching Ohio State football. Ezekiel Elliott, Mike Thomas, Devin Smith, Cardell Jones, Dwayne Haskins, just watching those dudes go to that program and just excelling at a high level is just really inspirational to watch as an Ohio native myself and want me to go in there and do the same thing.
Yeah, and I know, you tried to separate that kind of the head versus heart decision, but it ended up kind of going all in the same place anyway. We'll get to that in a minute, but you were back up this weekend for the spring game. Ended up spending time with family in Ohio for Easter, but it was nice to stop at Ohio State Friday, Saturday. Tell us a little bit about this weekend and your experience on campus for the spring game.
Yeah, it started off really good. Like I said, I was there Friday as well. Quick visit because I really touched everything bases last time I was there the first time. They showed me everything I really needed to see. So this was just a little rerun. I brought up my two cousins that are Ohio State fans as well, and Ohio natives. They live right in Girard, Ohio, right outside of Warren. So I brought them up, and just so they can get the feeling as well. And they're like, they could just tell like we're
They
loving
must
it.
have loved that, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was my big part, just letting them get up there and see what I'm seeing. They always ask me questions, so them to see that was pretty nice for me as well. So got up there Friday, had a great time. Saturday, the spring game, I mean, the energy was just insane. The fans are just different. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, I can usually explain and put things into good terms, but I mean, that fan base is just crazy, man. Like, it's unexplainable what type of vibe they give you, and it's just so great. So 60 to 70,000 for a spring game is absolutely insane. Some just get that for the regular game. So I mean, it just shows you how much Ohio State fans are looking forward to the season and the upcoming future. So I mean, getting there, being in that atmosphere, I loved every minute of it. So did as well Dejan, because we sat right next to each other. We talked about it the whole time, and we knew at halftime what we were gonna do at the end of that day and make it official.
Yeah, and you said you got to spend a ton of time with Coach Hartline and obviously Coach Day, and I know you got to sit down with them last time you were there and talk more about this. But what have they kind of told you about how they plan to use you in that offense? You got a little glimpse of it at the spring game, seeing CJ throwing all those guys. But what have they told you about their plans for you when you get to Ohio State?
Yeah. So Coach Day sees me playing early. He's like both Coach Day and Coach Hartline are brutally honest, and they're gonna tell you the straight truth. So Coach Day told me he sees me playing early. If I come in and work, he can definitely see me playing early. And they both don't recruit dudes just to come, just to come sit the bench or just to recruit. They're coming to let you play and know that you have a solidified spot on that team and that roster, and that they're going to work with you day in and day out to let you fulfill your dreams and fulfill your playing time and all the needs you want, all the things you want. So Coach Hartline sees me as first, when he first came and saw me like in action, he compared me to a Marvin Harrison Jr. With the body type and the twitchiness and the way I run. but I also could see myself working that slot position as I did in the high school level. I really feel like comfortable in there, reading coverages, reading zone, man, different brackets, different looks the defense gives from that slot position, and just great ways to make plays, get the ball in my hand and make plays quickly. So, I mean, I feel like I could be a game changer either way, and they do too. So that's why Coach Hartline recruited me. So we definitely been talking about that and who else we want in my class to come assist and make plays with me as well. So we just been getting cooking up ideas with the right guys, and it looks really good right now. So I really like what I'm going through and I'm seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I watch your film, I actually saw a little bit of Jackson in your game, just kind of the way you move and as you said, like operate from the slot a little bit. And I think that versatility is gonna serve you really well. The ability to kind of get on the field early, be able to play multiple positions. You look at a guy like Garrett Wilson, who started on the outside, went into the slot to be able to get on the field, and then went back outside. So being able to do all those things, I'm sure was something that was attractive to Coach Hartline too, and probably will help you get on the field. I mean, you mentioned all those names in the room. I mean, obviously Jackson will more than likely be gone after this year. Marvin will be back. Emeka will be back. They obviously had a great class coming in front of you, and then I'm sure they'll bring in 2 or 3 other great receivers in your class as well. Last time we spoke and I interviewed you, I love the answer you gave me when I asked you about the guys they had on the roster and the guys they're bringing in. Just tell everyone listening and watching a little bit about, your mindset about going into that room and being able to compete or having to compete with all those great players.
This is gonna bring the best out of you every day. I feel like if you're always bringing the best out of you and you're just always in a locked in position and just all business, and then just everybody how they're so connected at that program, man. Like it just really wants you to get out there and work every day. So I feel like with that room, I feel like yeah, it's talented, it's stacked, but I mean it's everybody moves as a unit and everybody works together. So I feel like you can use it to best of your advantage, not be like, oh well, this guy could be better than me, so I'm gonna say Bob. No, I mean I just use it as go in, work, let God take place, and just do what you can control, and that's always been my motto: just go in and work and do what you can control, and let everything take care of itself.
Yeah, it's a great mindset to have. And as you said, you can only really worry about you if you focus on becoming the best player you're able to be. That's going to take you as far as you're able to go, and competing against those DBs and competing against those fellow wide receivers is only going to make you better every day. So with that said, what are your goals for your both individual and for the team during your time at Ohio State?
Um, be the best person off the field Bryson Rodgers can be, and on the field is let let things happen, man. I'm not gonna go in there trying to force myself to play or force myself to do this or force myself to do that. It's just really letting things happen and just going with the flow and trusting the process is the biggest thing for me. Like I said, like you said, it's a very talented room, and there's gonna be uh, other dudes competing just as hard as you. So I mean, just going in there with a positive mindset every day and just wanting to work and let everything else take care of itself. The yards are going to come, the catches are going to come, the touchdowns will come. That's what you're there to do. So I mean, those are going to come. So just going in there and being the best person you can be, bringing positive energy in every day with a smile on your face, and just wanting to be coachable from all aspects. If it's from Coach Walton on the defensive side trying to coach you how to attack a DB better, because he's teaching the DB. So I mean, he can tell you, he can give you a glimpse of what to do. Coach Hartline coaching, Coach Dave coming over to coach the quarterbacks and receivers with about timing and everything. So you got multiple sources at that program, and you got many things to do to be great. So as long as you just trust the process and let things happen, man, the sky's the limit there.
No doubt. And, you mentioned Dejon a few times, Devin Johnson, Tampa Wharton guy who was up there for a visit at the same time as you with a few of his teammates as well. Talk a little bit about your guys' relationship and what it was like for both of you to end up committing to Ohio State on the same day.
Yeah, me and Didi during fall season of our junior year wasn't really that close, to be honest. We knew of each other, and we just knew of each other. That was pretty much it, just mutual friendship. Well, after this season, I mean, we got really close. Like one of my best friends, I would say. We took a lot of visits together. Everywhere I pretty much went, he went with me together. So we got really close through that. We could talk about anything with each other. That's just the type of friendship we have. And now taking that to Ohio State, man, is gonna just keep excelling and keep progressing even more. And I'm super excited, and he is as well. We talk every day about our future and what we're gonna do and how can we do it the best way. And he has a great mindset and head on his shoulders, which I do as well. So we're ready to go in and just put all we can for the Buckeyes, and that's what we're ready to do.
Yeah, it's funny, I know a lot of fans talk about this, and to me, it doesn't really matter all that much. Really, what matters is what Ohio State thinks about you. I feel like both of you guys are a little underranked right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys talked about that a little bit. What's your guys? I mean, I think a bump in the rankings is probably coming for both of you guys. Now that you're committed, people probably take a little bit of closer look and be like, oh, what's Ohio State seen that maybe we haven't seen yet? What have you guys thought about kind of just some of those rankings that are out there?
I mean, we ain't letting it get to us. We know our worth. That's one thing, being just a person, just know your worth. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. I mean, let's look at what is at Ohio State versus what is on these sites or whatever's going. You got Coach Walton. He's coached the best of the best. He's seen the best of the best. So if he's taking his time to recruit you and endorsing you as a player, I mean, it means something to him, and it should mean something to you as well. So I feel like for Dejon, I mean, I know it doesn't bother him at all. He's a very locked in kid, and I feel like it's bringing him no pressure or bringing him no really nothing. So and for me, me and Coach Hartline already talked about it. We're way past that. He mentioned me today. He was a no-star, and look where he's at now. Successful NFL career, and he's coaching the best of the best at Ohio State, at the best program in the country. So I mean, it doesn't really matter what others think as long as you know your worth and you stay connected to the right people in your circle. I mean, like I said, the sky's going to be the limit at Ohio State.
Yeah, that's the right attitude. And I always say, if Ryan Day and Nick Saban and Kirby Smart and some of these other great coaches want you, I think, no offense to my colleagues that are doing some of those rankings, but I think that is a little bit more and should weigh a little bit more than how many stars you got. But I do think a bump is coming for both of you. Second to last thing here, you mentioned talking a little bit about, who else could be in your class, things like that. Are you going to kind of put on your recruiting hat a little bit here for Ohio State? And who are some of the guys you might try to go after?
Oh, absolutely. Being the first committed wide receiver in this class is huge for Ohio State, but not also for Ohio State, for me too, as me living out my dream. And now I got the access and the power to go get who I want sign me on Saturday nights or Saturday evenings to go fight with my brother. So dude's game I really like. I like Noah Rodgers a lot. I like him, the way he plays the game. I really love Cardinal Tate. Is one dude I'm definitely going to attack. Tate got great size, great hands. He plays great competition at IMG, so I know he's definitely ready for the college level. So I definitely love Cardinal Tate's game and what they do at IMG. And Brandon Ennis as well. Brandon's a strong receiver, super strong hands. He's been on the map for a long time, so he knows how to handle a lot of pressure. I know pressure can be a lot at times, but he handles it well, and he's just very consistent. So I mean, those are three dudes I really like that could join me at Ohio State in my class, and dudes I will probably end up attacking and creating a good bond with during this process.
Yeah, and one more guy I got to ask you about, just because he's a Tampa guy, Troy Bowles, linebacker, Tampa Jesuit, son of now Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach, Todd Bowles. Have you reached out to Troy? Have you talked to him at all about Ohio State? I know at one point before the staff change, it was looking really good for them to land him. I don't know how things are with the transition, but I know a lot of fans were curious about, what you think about Troy.
Yeah, Troy is definitely a friend of mine I've been having for a long time. Not want to say a long time, but a good time now. So, I mean, Troy is just very big on loyalty. He's definitely shares the same type of characteristics as me. Just big on loyalty. And I feel like we got a good shot, if I'm being honest. Troy's a great player. He's very versatile. Can play the inside backer role, the speed rusher. He's great in coverage, great hands, great body type. I mean, Troy's definitely a go-getter for us, and definitely for me, being a close friend with him. So I feel like us in Buckeye Nation definitely have a great shot with Troy Bowles. But He's still open, visiting another school. So he's definitely gonna play out his process, and hopefully we do get him because I definitely want him.
Yeah, no doubt. And are you going to be up at Ohio State at all this summer at all? Coming out for camp or helping recruit some of these guys when they come for official visits.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for official on June 16th. I'm gonna take my official then, and then I'll be at that Notre Dame game week 1, which I'm very, very excited about. So I can't wait for that
Nice.
game. That'll be my
Yeah.
first game ever in the shoe, other than the spring game. But that'll be my first game ever in the shoe live against another team. So I absolutely can't wait for that game.
Yeah, that's going to be a real hype game. So that will be fun. Last thing, and then we'll let you go. We know a ton about you. We watch your film. We learned about you obviously on the field and things like that. Forget football, forget weightlifting training, things like that. What do you like to do when you're not playing football?
Spending time with family is big on me. Just spending time with family. I play the game as well, a video gamer. Just takes my mind off of things a lot, especially during my process. At night, I'll come home and play it every night. Just with my close friends, just play the game, chill out, take things off my mind because in the morning it's right back and up and running. So play the game, chill with family, talk with family. Music, I love music as well. Definitely good connection with me and music. So I'll say those are about 3 things I love doing outside of football and away from the game.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Bryson, for your time. We're really happy for you. Congratulations again on your commitment to Ohio State. For everyone listening, thank you as well. We'll see you next week on Around the Oval, brought to you by Todd Pennington with Revolution Mortgage.
This episode of Around the Oval was brought to you by Todd Pennington with Revolution Mortgage. If you've been thinking about refinancing or buying a house, check out our sponsor, Todd Pennington with Revolution Mortgage. They offer low rates for refinancing and home purchase loans, including first-time home buyer programs, down payment assistance, and cash-out home equity loans. Check out revolutionmortgage.com/tpennington.